Okay, everybody, you may go cards up. If you joined late, if you have questions for a DM, just move yourself in the Discord channel with the DM.
Quick morning routine today. Right then.
Appreciated.
I'm assuming Chef's not here today then?
No. I'm not sure where he is.
Completely possible he was with the night shift checking on their habits.
Stowaways, actually. Or prison.
Possibly.
Venturo Delon. Venturo Delon. Venturo Delon. Security officer.
This can be served
Well,
cold.
there was an individual that was
You get red.
rescued from the planet's surface. They had contained them in the brig for a while.
What color would you like to learn?
I'm aware of the...
For now, just coffee is enough.
That is not a color. But I'll see what I can do.
Coffee should be little cubes that you just put water in. And then you heat it up in the microwave.
I thought it was pronounced microwave.
I know it is the greater planets.
Different people call it different things.
I should not have slammed it. Don't tell Chef I did that.
What did you not do?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Violating UPA protocol. Mercer,
No.
have you met Stewart yet?
Good morning. Who? A little about games.
Interesting. I have a proposition for you.
Oh. His name
What
is
color would you
Stewart?
like?
Yes.
What color would you
Color
like,
of
Mercer?
what?
Your food.
Red. There's
Excellent.
one to go. And a coffee, please. That's...
Oh, how did you sleep?
okay.
About as well as I can.
Thank you.
I'm new here.
And you?
Mercer, would you like my red food?
Well enough.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
It's cold brew. I'm sorry. Would you like me to make it hot brew?
Mercer.
Yeah.
Was not sure. Didn't get the chance to send you the report the other day. There was an accident down in engineering. I'm sure it'll be fine. Someone was making ammunition and a small explosion. No significant damage. The station was cleaned up. However, I figured you and I should talk to the individual about informing their superiors when they're going to be meddling with explosive ammunition.
Color.
I agree.
Tea.
May I ask who it was?
Bashir. Granted, it's within their specialties. However, they should be informing us when they're doing so.
True. They're also a part of security. Why are they working in engineering?
I do not know that. I figured you and I can ask that once we find them. Good morning, Sid.
I asked them to help.
And you, as you open the door of the microwave
enough,
to take
but as the one
Argyle's
making
tea
the
out,
explosives,
you
it's on
notice
them to
it's
inform
now a
us
little
when these
looser from you
things go
slamming the door.
South, or when they're going to be doing so. Plus, they should be doing so in security. Not
There's
messing
something
up
wrong
behind
with the fact that one.
No, here's your tea, Argyle.
Thank you. Hey,
And you? Did you do something?
no, you can go past.
Oh, Chef's gonna kill
Argyle
you.
Yes.
is lying bad.
Well, Captain, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go.
Depends on
inspect
the
it.
lie.
I need
What
an
are you lying
explanation
about?
now. Nothing.
It's situational. If it's gonna hurt someone's feelings, maybe lie, to save them from the harm, but you know.
What are you
Should you
thinking
do
about
something
lying
to the
now?
microwave?
What happened?
Taking off can be incredibly rough on the ship. And its appliances, I hear.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yes.
Did you break the great
While
appliance
I'm
in there?
trying
You
to
are in
find
trouble.
fix the microwave door with my engineering
Are we
skills.
finally
Okay,
taking
I
off
don't
the Scots Forsaken Rock?
Oh boy.
What is it? We are. I
Nothing.
don't support the idea of
You have a
telling
plus
them
2,
to
right? With advantage.
lie about the...
Just
It's not a lie.
Okay, so with a
It
17,
is awfully rough
as
on the
you-
appliances
as you
aboard the
go
vessel.
and just gently
Aye, but we
meddle
also haven't
with
taken off, and you have multiple witnesses
the door
here to
hinges
prove
of the
otherwise.
microwave. You
You
test
could
it
Oh, I
just
never
out,
said
blame
anything
it on
about the
me.
I
microwave.
saw nothing.
practically
I'll take
normal.
it.
You don't-
I'm
the
interested to
chef-
see what you do.
Won't notice.
The chef always notices.
What color would you like, Sid?
What? What color? What do you mean? Like gravestone?
Morning, guns.
Oh.
No,
I
that
don't
only
know.
comes in one color.
Whatever. Whatever works for you. I mean,
There's
I
a
don't
taking
care.
off.
You just shoot at this point.
Ready.
Oh, yes.
I think red is the meat
Sure.
I have slept longer
than I
than I
should
should have. Morning. Well, you do need your rest.
Enjoy.
After all, taken quite a lot of
Try my best.
damage
Well,
in the
look
last
who it
few days.
is. It's the old man.
Yes, mate.
You look like you need red,
Oh,
Captain.
come on, I'm not that old. Thank you.
Good morning, guns. Argyle.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
How did you sleep?
For a while. It was nice. I enjoyed myself. For the most part.
Are you feeling better, Commander?
Sore. But better.
Radiation is not good for the bones. What color would you like?
Red, if you would. Whatever that means.
Hello.
Hello. New face. Ah, he's awake. That's not right, is it? I might as well check.
How's our new friend doing, Delon?
Morning, Delon.
Morning. Isn't we doing fine?
What do you say? No. I don't have any money for food.
Ah. Let's see. don't think I see anything wrong here. Morning.
Morning, Delon.
I don't know if it's on purpose, but the training field seems to be on. I'm pretty sure it usually is off during the mornings.
I don't know about that one.
I checked
I'll look into
system.
it.
I checked the system and I didn't think there was any issues there. Someone might have just forgotten it on before they left.
Maybe, but I'll still look into it.
Appreciate it.
Do we properly introduce ourselves now that we've crossed paths twice?
Fair enough. Seems you're a new face, after all. Venturo
Yes.
Delon. Must just call me Venturo.
Nice to meet you.
Delon. I'm part of the security team.
Nice to meet you, Venturo. My name's Echo.
And you're
So,
part of the department?
a medic, sorry. Yes.
Understood. Well, in the
I was
small
originally on
off
the night
chance...
shift, so.
I see. Fair enough. If it comes up and you're sent out there, if I'm with you, just know my job is to keep you safe. So
Of course.
if there's any issues
Yes,
with safety or any issues you have with the other crewmates, feel free to come to us. Any of us in security. We'll look into it.
Of course. So far, everyone's been seemingly pleasant, so can't be too much of an issue.
For the most part, people seem to be getting along. There are a few people that have issues with each other, but a few of them that have happened, they have also, well, taken time to fix, from what I can tell. If you have not met with one of your fellow medics, Mara is right there.
I have, actually. So, I
good.
ran into her earlier.
Based on what I heard, we might be leaving soon. Get back to moving.
So we haven't.
But ultimately, certain individuals did not agree. And thus, I'm being punished.
Well, I come from a place where you do what
I will be checking up with the rest of the team. Welcome to today's shift.
Thank you.
My accent is fucking slipping. Venturo Delon. Venturo Delon. Venturo. No, nobody else is here. Ah.
And whose fault was that?
What about I hear to shear?
Oh, I should have suspected. Who else in this ship would be the cause of an explosion?
Yeah, apparently they were making bombs. our bombs, ammo.
Just as volatile in the wrong hands, I guess.
Yes,
Not
and
that
it's also
Tashia has
concerning
any.
considering that they're an ex-prisoner.
I see your concern. If I will have a talk
Not
with
to
Tashia
mention,
on the
now I
matter.
need somebody to repair one of my workbenches. And not to destroy my workstation. Today is going to be a fun day for me, can you tell?
Yes.
You seem incredibly enthused. Joking, of course.
All working off of a cold brew coffee.
Yes.
Horrible.
This is a life no man should live.
Yes.
Could always be worse.
True.
But I will
Of
speak
course,
with
if it
Tashia
was
on the
worse,
matter and
there'd be a whole
ensure
lot of
this.
maybe dead.
That would be
Indeed.
much worse.
I will ensure that that does not happen again, or happen in a worse manner, such as that.
I believe me and the captain are going to handle it, but
Well,
I'm sure he'll let you know his...
by all
What's
means.
the word I'm looking for? If you'll excuse me, I don't want to continue talking about this.
Fair enough, Mercer. Enjoy your duties, I suppose.
Yes. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning.
That's one of the things I was going to get you up on. I see if my
Tashia
bed
blew
is ready
something up.
anyway.
I'm not exactly
I'm sure it was.
surprised.
Yes, I believe it's an accident. They do happen. Especially when you're working with as volatile equipment as that. But that being said, a report would have been nice.
Going to be a habit of Tashia's to be that kind of clumsy.
Yes.
But I will...
They have done well with keeping the situations under control when speaking to other crew members. They have helped temper some of Chef's movements during the few times when we were looking over the situation in the living quarters a few days back. But I do apologize. I was also informed of the incident by Tashir themselves. I should have also put it as a report down.
Yes, it is the kind of thing I would have appreciated a report on, though I was sleeping, so no harm done for now.
We can always put it in the system.
Oh.
We need to be more
We'll
active
ensure-
about putting things like that down.
We'll ensure this kind of thing does not repeat itself, though. Regardless.
Aye.
Captain.
I'd also like it to be noted that once we do get to speak with Tashir, Mercer and I are going to be putting restrictions on what they can do when we're off planet. We can't afford a whole breach if we're in space.
Indeed. I think that is a fair way to go about it.
Aye.
And speak of the devil.
We were just discussing the accident yesterday.
With the ammunition.
Oh, yeah.
Both of us forgot to actually put in a report in the system.
Well, it wasn't too big an accident, so I didn't think it would be important to, like, fully report it in. The only thing that got damaged was, like, a toolbox. That was it.
Indeed, but Mercer was quite kerfuffled about it.
Aye.
I would hear the specifics of how this incident occurred, though it can wait.
I'd rather that be with you, myself, Mercer, and Tashir.
Indeed.
Just so that we're all aware of how we're going to be handling things going forward. Primarily, explosives shouldn't be made while we're off planet side, just in case of hull breach.
Get off me! Unhand me, dog!
Wait, so... Could you repeat? I'm having issues today.
I had said that explosives, at least, are not to be made while we're off planet side, so that we avoid a risk of hull breach.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
You were still on planet when I made them, so...
My hand had stabilized.
That's what I'm saying. It was a good thing that we were, just in case of an accident.
Having gravitational field lost the ship.
Okay.
We're going to be taking off not too long from now.
Something messing with my armor, perhaps. Who knows? Ooh.
And here he comes. Is that a man there?
Aye. Mercer.
Captain.
I already gave Tashir the brief rundown, but if you have anything that you would like to bring up with them, seeing as it was your workspace.
This is less of something for them specifically and more of something in general. If anybody is making things that could explode on this ship, engineering needs to be aware of it. The wrong amount of chemicals, the wrong mixture, there could be a breach in the hull and we could all die. Especially down in engineering, where the floor and the walls are just open space.
I've already made it a point that we won't be making explosives unless we're planet side, to minimize the risk even further. But I do believe that Mercer is correct. Both security and engineering should be aware. Just let one of us know the next time you're working on something explosive. That's all I ask.
One question I do have is, who told you it was alright to do that down in engineering?
It's my job to, I'm an explosives expert, so it was just kind of my job. And
Yes.
Vane asked if I could, because it's explosives, if I could make them. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. And we did it down there, because that's where the casings were, and Vane wanted to help and watch.
Yes, however, if you're going to somebody's workspace to do something, you should still inform them. I come to engineering security all the time whenever I need to look at the cameras or fix something in here, and I let Gunch know ahead of time, or somebody in security ahead of time.
Okay, so who should I ask when you're gone, then? You weren't necessarily around to tell.
You shouldn't make explosives when I'm not present.
Delon, did you want to go for a walk?
Sure.
However, if you are
Having you in my
present,
job?
Believe it or not, no.
I think the easiest solution to all this is to inform an officer the next time that you're going to be doing something like that. That way we can get in touch with the other departments to make sure the synergy is there in case there is an accident.
Give them some privacy.
The issue is I do not really believe she did much wrong with the situation that was at the time.
Yes.
It is just a sad fact that
It's a
something
small
did
fact.
go wrong, and naturally that means that secure both the higher-ups who would get in trouble for it, or who are worried about their people and their own positions, are now extra careful. Simple as that.
Vane, a question for you.
Go ahead.
When you were working on the explosives yesterday, the ones that went off, were you with Tashir?
I was about to tell you I would like to take responsibility. I asked her to help.
I believe that is the missing piece here. I think Mercer believes that Tashir acted on with no
I
other
already
engineers.
told him that
present.
I asked her to help.
Well, then never mind.
He's always grumpy. Could just be that.
Yes.
The unfortunate reality is that neither Mercer nor the captain were available yesterday. Nor Gunch. Nor anyone else of relevant rank.
Yes. Hello, Captain. Is that a new science individual? I haven't met them yet. Just catch them every now and again, running back and forth.
Which one?
A Burke.
Yes, them.
Stuart, where are you going, please? God.
I don't know what's going on. Not my problem.
I don't envy the plant wranglers.
Yes, it seems this one has decided to stay.
Yes, there's no real way for us to return it. Apparently they're being poached on the planet side.
Better here than poached.
Yes. That's the idea. However, I don't really know where they're going to keep them. I believe Palas was on it.
Find the base. But yes, to clear up the situation, I asked Tashir to help me replace some of the explosive ammunition I spent on the last away mission I was on.
Things went a little awry. Accidents happen.
That's why we have reinforced workbenches.
It seems Mercer wished that such risky endeavors would not be done when he is not around.
If he wants to put himself in the line of fire for potential explosions, then he can be our guest. That aside, I think we're finally getting off of this rock today.
From what I understand,
Yes, I heard that we might be taking off.
As much.
Has concluded.
Let's hope.
If not, we'll be in for a nasty surprise.
Well, I will believe that any ships that are keeping an eye on the planet side do still check for identification before the fire. And our identifications are up to date with the UPA standards. Neither side should take shots on us.
That it's someone who cares about identification. Not everyone does.
Yes. Be a problem if they shot her on the wrong ship, though. Imagine.
I mostly refer to pirates and the like.
Yes.
Pirates, raiders, thieves. I don't necessarily care what you identify with, as long as you have what they need. And they care about as far as they care about not making enemies.
The reckless ones seem to weed themselves out quite quickly. Poaching the wrong ships.
If they didn't exist, I wouldn't be in a job.
Yes. The kettleheads are a good example.
Those morons. Heard about them.
Yes. I'm sure we'll see them again. They permeate this area.
Based on the information, yes. Also, I would like to think that the closest thing we have in this territory is scavengers. The risk of firing upon ships and then having your identification being, well, spread across whatever fighting force is going would be too risky for most, I would think.
Yeah, that's true. It's unlikely that pirates would intervene in another combat.
Which is why.
Usually show up after the fact.
Good day.
Morning, Maya.
Just a small thing. At some point, I would like to talk to you, Venturo.
Oh?
At some point. When you are free.
I mean, I'm free right now. We are just having casual conversation as we're waiting for the ship to take off.
Okay. Not sure where to talk.
You can always do the control room. Very few people go there. If you're looking for privacy, there's always the hangar.
Indeed.
Let's try the control room first.
Alright then.
Which is this way? I think.
Yes, it is the middle room.
It is.
So what is the issue, Mar?
Second, apologies.
Asking what the issue is?
It's nothing too much. I just wanted to apologize for the things you saw me do when the ship was boarded.
I see. I have lived during my life in situations where we do what we must. At the time, I didn't have specific orders on what to do, and we allowed what happened to happen. We did not stop you. Thus, I will not put any blame on you.
You may not, but I'm certain other people will.
You're not wrong there. People of different types of and cultures see things differently. I, having lived in military and space for so long, I just see things in a active manner. In my mentality, you are a crew member and it's my duty to protect you. And if one part of it is helping you feed, then that's fine. But now we have proper protocol and what to do, so we need to avoid it in the future.
I will be attempting to. As I do not believe I will get another chance from how the captain worded his threat. I am, in a way, being punished with only being allowed to consume the off-cuts of things that normal individuals do not eat. She pulls out the bottle, which is filled with what looks like some form of pink slush. I am only allowed to consume this.
I see.
And I have not been given a expiration date of when I am allowed to not do so.
Once we are back in space and the situation calms down, I will bring it up, possibly. With some of the information I have become privy to over time, the captain very definitely was not agreeable of what has happened, but the higher-ups at the UPA have told him in certain terms that it is part of you and your people. But from what I understand, UPA is also looking to help avoid it in the future, even with others like you. Find ways to make it so it is not a requirement and possibly no longer an instant reaction. The UPA understands it is part of who you all are, but they also wish to integrate you and your species to the UPA standard. But they are not doing so forcefully, they are trying to find working a middle ground. There's very much a high chance that the UPA chose to bring you on this ship to, well, see how it works out. They most likely expected this to happen. But, like I said, once the situation calms down a bit and we are no longer in this war zone, I will bring it up with the captain to see if double checking the expiration date of the order and to see that at least you won't be stuck with, as you say, scraps. As efficient as it is.
If you're unable to, I do kindly request if you happen to go on a mission with greenery on planets, if you could gather some for me. It's my preferred diet.
Understood. That should be made something to tell. Just a conversation with Mara about the situation a few days ago. But for now, just now coming with the whole fact of, yes, in the future when people go out on hunts and the like, as one of the security seems to find that as enjoyable way to pass the time, we should possibly send others with more of the eye on the plant life. For I understand some of the scientists find that enjoyable.
That would be most nice, as my home planets, we would regularly go hunt planetoid creatures, and it's been a few years since I've had a chance to have any really nice greenery It's not just sympathized on the ship. So if you can do it, that would be appreciated.
It might be something you could bring up with Officer Palace too, Commander Palace, as they are in charge of the hydroponics. If there is some plants that they find that are fitting your palate, if it's possible to get some seeds and grow some. Seeing the movements, we might be about to leave soon.
Perhaps. Also, I do apologize if I was a little distant the past 2 days. I was thinking is a way I can put it.
We do not always. We live in a single ship and we are forced to interact daily for the most part. It is completely understandable that sometimes you do not want to interact. I understand that, I just let you be. If it becomes an issue, well, it is your fellow medical personnel who will come to you.
Have you met the individual that transferred from night shift?
Yes, Echo, as they introduce themselves.
They seem like a nice individual.
Thankfully, most of the people on the ship are, for the most part, good conscience. Few maybe a bit more eager than others, but well.
A few. Okay. That's really all I wanted to discuss with you. And thank you for listening.
I appreciate that you come to me with this.
I have other individuals I need to find now.
Understood.
Oh yeah, if you by chance see, as I don't know what their name is, but the moth individual.
Yes.
Can you please inform them to come to medical, because we need to take scans as they are a new resident.
Understood. I will tell Mati about it, as they prefer to be called.
Thank you. Venturo.
Of course, Mar.
I shall go find the other people that I need to speak with.
Right. I will be going to the bridge to see if I'm needed help at all.
Take care.
I guess I was wrong. I did not see any. I was ready to leave yet. they were not too rough with her. I don't want her to start suddenly having flashbacks of how they treated her back there. Back in the day.
Appreciate people when you kind to something everyone takes for granted. It's very nice.
The job description actually requires staying out of trouble as much as possible.
The less trouble, the better. Part of my job description. Delon?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have to say the slight hilarity of the situation of me walking back here after my conversation with Meyer and to only see two people having not moved too much during this whole time.
It's only been 10 minutes,
It's only
maybe.
been a few minutes. We did move, we just came back. It's a nice quiet corner.
I've used during.
Oh, but I suppose you're right. There's something I wanted to talk to you about, Gunge.
Oh. What would that be?
Yes. Well, if you wouldn't mind following me.
Oh, never mind, they're going that way, I guess.
Well, don't mind me, I'm just attending to the security detail. I'm curious.
Oh, you know. At that time, there's beer pump.
You alright, Tashir?
If you do not mind.
Huh?
I just feel like
Is the
Merson.
AI always had a hologram emitter in there?
I think it's only certain rooms. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if I'd
I
seen
see.
it before.
Physical aid.
What?
Tally's here.
Oh, fuck Tally.
There's a member of medical nearby.
On floor.
Tally's collapsed.
Oh, what?
Tally on floor.
I'll run down by medical.
As you approach the scene, you can see one of the relics, the tablet, on the table in front of them. You can see Tali is collapsed, and there is a crack in their helmet. Their right hand is also missing its glove.
Oh no, frick. Shit. And Vane just left. We need someone with engineering knowledge. This suit needs to be fixed. Quick.
Which, I'm looking at the relic, which one is it? Is it the bone, the rod?
Frick. Does it look like the helmet is like leaking or anything?
I don't want to touch anything.
I
Yes.
can check the suit for damage.
You see
Yeah.
a stream of pink mist just puffing out of the crest in the mask.
The helmet is cracked and they're missing a glove.
Okay.
I'll step
Based
back
on,
and
based on how it looks
trust in
like,
this regard.
based on what it looks like, they were working on the tablet artifact. This seems to imply some
Nothing
sort
needs
of
to be carried.
concussive force.
Okay. Mess was leaking. My brain says to bring her back down to her room so we can get her out of the suit.
Well, trust your brain.
That might be the best. That might be the best solution.
Meyer, can your physiology handle lack of oxygen?
Yes, I am not required to breathe.
Okay, so that would not be the issue then.
Though I can freeze if in a cold enough environment.
That should not be an issue.
The room's actually set slightly warmer. I'm pretty sure it's just
As the
lack of
welder's
oxygen in a
arc
room.
touches the suit, you watch as parts of it become crystallized and stick to the welder.
Shit.
Oh.
Alright.
What is this?
What is happening? As it is.
Tally had a crack in the mask and collapsed over because they were working on a tablet, it seems. I should have warned about any form of welders. Please don't use, like, fire around them, please.
They were fucking with a relic.
Good.
We're getting the
Good idea.
suit
Down to the room.
emergency repaired, possibly bring her to her room so that she can be removed of her suit, and then Meyer can double check them for any possible damage.
Yes.
Tashir, do you know how heavy Tully's suit is?
I can carry Dr. Tally.
Heavy.
I can carry up to 300 pounds my own body weight, if we need it.
I don't know how heavy Tally's suit is off the top of my head. I know it's just heavy.
But there's plenty of capable ones.
Can they be moved?
Probably the best idea.
All
Get
right
them out.
condition.
Okay.
Be careful with the seams. I could not weld them shut. They're only mechanically sealed.
Okay. If you can, please move her quickly.
Do you have any
As gently as possible, Halas. Pick you up under your knees, and then right under your shoulders.
If you can you lead to your room? Because I don't remember.
We will clear a path.
Please.
You do that, I will make sure nobody touches the artifact until we have confirmation from Dr. Tully about what happened.
Please. If somebody can find the captain and tell him, I would trust him the most with his archaeology skills with the artifact. After Dr. Tally.
Right. I will put something on top of it so that nobody can directly touch it.
Thank you, Officer Delon.
This should be fun.
I sure won't be happy about the trashed welder.
I'm sure Dr. Tully will be able to explain how to fix the crystallization. I will assume this is usual for them. This is Officer Delon. Captain, when you have the time, could you please stop by the science?
Where's the tablet?
It has not been touched. Delon has taken something like a bowl, like anything bowl-like, to just like cover it so that nobody can directly touch it.
Okay.
But if it's like making any sort
Let's
of
go
like
ahead.
thing, it will eventually, you know.
Let's go ahead. I need to make a roll here.
Oh boy.
Okay. That's a see-through bowl. I'm gonna make a saving throw for you.
Mm-hmm.
The 19. You're good. As you're standing guard,
Go
keeping
on.
watch,
This is
you occasionally glance at
I'm
the
currently unable to respond to that right now. If you and the others could handle it, please, that would be appreciated.
Okay. Let's move on.
As you were standing guard, you occasionally glanced at the tablet. You noticed the image on it seemed to change slightly every once in a while, but whenever you focused on it, it seemed to stay as it's supposed to. But from time to time, you feel like it's been shifting, rippling like water. Bit unnerving.
The artifact is definitely activated. I keep seeing some sort of movement, but I don't know anything. Well, in the way that it is definitely doing something. I do not know what, though. I will not look too directly on it.
Do I detect any psionics on this?
No.
Well, fuck.
What is it?
I thought I'd be able to be useful for once, but again, technology wins again.
Who else from science team is awake right now? Pella said to get the captain, but the captain is indisposed. Focusing
what
on
do we have?
getting us.
Mercer is engineering. MU is engineering.
I know Archer is technically technically Archer is part of the science team alongside Berg, but I believe Berg is also, as they explained, they were what was the word?
As the both of you are still in the room, every so often out of the corner of your eye, glancing at it every once in a while, trying to confirm suspicions, the tablet is definitely shifting and moving. You can sometimes catch it if you swiftly look at it, but it stops when you focus on it.
What the fuck did they do?
Dashir, as you look at the tablet, the image on it ripples like water. You shake your head and it stops, but you feel a somewhat aggravated headache.
I wish I understood.
What are we looking at?
The blasted tablet. I've no idea what it's doing or what they did. So once again, waiting on science.
Delon, as you stare at the tablet, you can see it clearly now as the image ripples and shakes, and everything else fades away. As your vision goes black, you hit the ground.
Oh dear.
What? Captain!
I guess
Better late than never.
Hi, sorry.
Dealing with the AI.
I'd say don't look at the tablet. Apparently.
Tablet doing funky thingies. We should get him to medical, make sure he didn't get a concussion on the way down.
I'm going to check. I'm going to see if he has any bruises first.
With an 18, Captain, plus your bonuses for psionics.
He should be fine.
While the artifact itself isn't psionic, something has latched onto it and is enacting an effect that was dormant before. And thanks to your bonuses with another 18,
there we go.
You watch as the image ripples.
There we go.
And you notice that it is an effect to try and mesmerize, daze, and put to sleep anyone that watches the item. You shake it off easily. But you know that anyone who looks at it is under threat of attack.
Interesting.
We'll hold that, put a pin in that. We need to carry this.
Yes.
Cashier? Is Dr. Tally alright?
Myra is looking over her currently. Yeah, the room's all locked up and flooded right now, so can't go in there.
Is it dangerous, Captain?
Dangerous? Debatable still.
You said medical?
I think I saw Laura still in there.
Alright. Well, I'm following you to share. That was a bad idea.
You tell me.
Laura's not in there, but still get him onto a bed. I'll see if I can track down someone from medical besides Myra.
Alright. Sure. All right.
No doctors.
What the hell was that, Captain?
The tablet has a psionic entity attached to it. It's meant to... What it seems to be doing is protecting the tablet by knocking out anyone who tries to observe it.
An entity?
No. Psionics, as much as they are
explained by physics, are also partially, still not fully explained. They still mix with emotion in a way. And mental states, meaning your demons could become reality in a way.
Right. Tishia, do I need to stay with this one?
I was going to go look for a doctor.
I don't want to leave him unattended. Who knows what the hell is going on with his body?
I'll sit here. I couldn't find a Laura past the room.
Alright. I'll keep looking. I'll take over.
I'm going to assume there's just chairs sitting here.
Try to find a comfy situation to be in. The downside of this model is the hands are a bit like lanky.
You can now start waking up.
What? When? Where?
Careful. Don't try to sit up too fast.
Where am I? Oh, great, I did it again. I misread the situation wrong again. That's great.
What do you mean by misread? Huh?
I noticed that every time I focused on the tablet, the movement that I noticed stopped. I figured if I continued to look at it, the effect would not happen, or I don't know. I figured that was the way to stop whatever was happening, but apparently I was wrong, because now I'm here. Was there any visible sign of what happened at least?
Not that I can make sense of. I think Captain is trying to get Argyle to look at it over.
Let's see. There was no sudden blast of force or anything. I just don't know that everything went dark.
Yeah, no, you just kind of were looking at it and then passed out.
I see. Seems like with Dr. Tally, once again, the suit is the only reason why things escalated as bad as it did.
You falling to the floor could just lead to concussion. Allie falling to the floor could lead to death.
Yes, but at least in the chance that it doesn't hit that hard, I don't have a chance of my body slowly over time being crushed by the artificial gravity of the ship.
Yeah.
I think it's better if I wait before I'm checked. I believe I'm already slightly. I believe I'm already in slightly thin ice with Valora.
She can't be angry with you this time.
No, more like I skipped on a protocol, so maybe I should not do that again. It is a bit of a personal vice of mine. Even if I know I should not do something, I might keep doing it, as long as I don't get caught. But if I get caught once, well, at that point I won't risk it anymore. Right, might not be. You alright? They weren't being unnecessarily harsh. I very much agreed with you. Neither of them were.
As if I blew up the entirety of the engineering bag.
Might just be Mercer.
So Mercer just being absolutely no.
Okay. See, that's fine. Yeah, I was worried you might have possibly reacted in a way of like suddenly starting to act like a prisoner again, not doing anything without being told. But no, if you act like this, that you're like dislike it because well, as far as you can tell, you didn't really do
The
much
ship
from...
would feel a little lurch, just slightly, and then they would start to feel the engines engaging, as it is time for takeoff.
Well, I was hoping on being on the systems just in case, but I guess not.
Could you, repeat what you said? I didn't quite hear what you said before the engine started.
Oh. The engine starting completely made me lose my train of thought.
Talking about the Mercer.
Vane seemed to just call them grumpy. It might be just they were extra careful. But really, it's just... someone asked for your help, you were going to help, and sadly at the time, nobody higher up was around to tell. Oh. Meyer.
You seem...
It's more of a worry of a concussion. He dropped to the floor very suddenly.
Figured I don't risk anything until I'm made certain of it.
Okay. Apologies, but this might be a little bright. Flashlight in the eyes. Are the eyes dilating properly?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. Doesn't seem like you... I realized I can do a better test. I forgot about this. That's a okay, I'm just gonna scan. Might as well scan your head. Does it seem like there's a concussion, or is it just...
I have not been told by DM that I did.
But... You don't have a concussion, which is good. Though I do believe you might want ice packed at the very least.
Oh god,
Okay.
Yes, it's been a while since the last time I just conked out just like that. Sadly, I misread the situation. Thank you.
If you're anytime in the next few days are feeling off, please do come back to the medical bay, and I'll see what we can do.
Of course.
Thank you. It does not exist anymore.
Oh.
It wasn't real, it seems.
I believe you got too close to the remover.
It was all theoretical illusion.
What do you mean? I'm pretty sure you put it in the bag.
Cyanide knives.
Oh.
Oh,
I see.
Yes. It appears you have the wheelies. Venturo.
Oh, yes.
You might want to turn your back on.
Yeah, my legs are back to moving again.
There. Okay. If that is everything, I'm going to continue my search of individuals. So please do take care, Venturo.
And then you have this gentleman will heal himself. You have that capability. I'll have him send it on.
Alright, Archer. Take us up.
Quite fast. I did say I contacted them a while ago, did I not?
Oh god.
No, I believe that was neglected.
Apologies, I thought I had mentioned it.
Alright.
Representative. Likely it had to check
Getting
on them.
ready?
Warmonger.
Everybody hold on.
Alright.
Brace.
Bracing.
Everyone will feel the engines engaged as we begin to pilot up and off of this planet. Archer directs the ship north with Gunch's help, the captain's direction. Archer is able to navigate the ship almost directly up as they were instructed by the crews that they radioed for help. And the Tara one will successfully be off the planet and in orbit out of the atmosphere.
Send you a pair of coordinates. This is the rendezvous of the Oracle vessel.
Got it.
Afterwards, we should start our hyper jumps to our primary objective, the Kochi and the Kelton.
Yes, the sooner we get out of this neighborhood, specifically, the better.
Agreed.
Codes go in without a problem. Coordinates, solid.
Surely, yes.
Any visual of that Oracle ship on the scanners?
Very well. Sending clearances
anything
for
done?
them to dock.
Scanners are clear for now.
The dock.
Hello, Chatty.
Morning.
Venturo Delon.
Is everything alright?
We had an incident with one of the relics. That is all.
What kind of accident?
It seems it puts people who stare at it too much and sleep, and sadly, Dr. Tully was the one who got first struck by it.
Yes, I thought I had said this quite a while ago.
No, you did not.
I believe I did.
No.
Interesting.
On the other hand, we have now left the planet surface.
A shame. I liked those wrecks down there.
Yes, well, we are on a mission in the end, so we cannot just spend the whole time scavenging.
Of course. The mission first. Is it possible for me to acquire my weapon for some self-training?
Yes, as long as one of us security team is on, and I have currently nothing else on mind, so I'm more than happy to keep an eye on you, give you pointers.
Of course. I may be required to see if my aim is still on par in case of a mission.
Understand though that the one thing that it will be unloaded, it will be using the hologramic ammunition. The downside is there is no natural kick that the gun normally has. I hope that's not fun. I believe this is it. And what weapon is it?
The revolver.
Ah, the revolver. So let me just.
Thank you.
Let me get a ammunition whole box. Let us move to the training area.
Of course.
I believe the AI can set up, well, the system itself can set up some training targets.
Yes. I seem to have communicated with it a little bit while I was in my room recharging. I asked the AI about the training. I found it to be interesting, so I wanted to test it out myself, and a good way to make sure I still have my aim properly calibrated.
Understandable. It is always important to make sure you are properly trained and keeping up.
Of course.
Everything all right, Tashir? Oh dear. Oh dear.
Excuse me, fellas.
Are you all right, Dr. Tully?
Yes. Though I recall observing the plate, and that is where my recollection ends.
Yes.
Are you feeling all right?
Yes, I feel no different.
Your suit will need to be in for full repairs at some point.
Yes. You were the one who attached this.
I don't know where your normal glove is. Had to make do with what I could.
You watch as she taps her wrist and slides down, and the entirety of the glove just melts away into the wrist.
I see.
Well, that's cheating.
No. It is technology.
Well, if I'd known that before I vaulted over the stairway to get to engineering.
Oh dear.
I was in a rush.
We appreciate the
understandable
timing.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure is
Yes.
mine. I must say, though, the visitor is a bit of a surprise to us. Weren't exactly aware.
I do hope the others have figured out what was up with the tablet and successfully made it so that it doesn't happen to others. Though at least I know myself that if you see a tablet and you see weird movements, do not continue to stare at it. As that is the reason why I fell asleep.
of course. I wouldn't touch any kind of this unknown technology without thoroughly studying what it does.
Right then. Out of character, do we wanna ask a DM to give you rolls, or do you just wanna go for it without worrying too much?
Honestly, it is just aiming work.
Mm.
Making sure Chatty can still, shoot.
Yep, no worries. I can just go. Right then, feel free to enter the area. I'll set up the first level of the target practice.
Main system activating combat mode.
Remember, there's not going to be kick, but the hologram system will simulate the ammunition being shot.
Of course. Now to try the best as I can.
Oh dear.
Mm. Only 6 shots. Have to keep that in mind. Mm. Mm.
I'm sure Chef would love to see that.
Is Chef also liking some analog old weapons?
They are fans of the movie genre of Western that humanity made in its past. It involves lots of single firearm trick shot orienting, involving the quick draw style. And the last set you did was seen as a type of quick shot. So obviously, your aim would not have been as direct as if you had used a proper ammunition, as the kick back would have lifted the aim, at least ever so slightly.
I see. It surely is not as accurate as aiming.
The idea is to be able to catch your opponent off guard, and as in these Western movies, it was usually in the form of a duel, where 2 people were on opposite sides of an open field. It was a moment of a split second difference means life and death. But of course, focusing too much on speed will reduce one's accuracy, and thus, well, it doesn't matter how fast you are at drawing your gun. If you do not hit your opponent, well, it does not matter.
This is true. If you cannot hit, it's not going to do anything. I may require some tuning later on.
Well, with the Mati being extracted from the planet's surface, they have apparently mentioned that they are work.
Of course.
But of course, if you prefer to handle your own weapon, then that's obviously your prerogative. You are still part of the engineering team.
Well, I did found this old relic on the old world and basically fine-tuned it over the years.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah. I did not buy it from any market out there. I found it, which is, in my opinion, better than just buying it in the market, since you probably don't know what you're buying.
Well, I am a military type. Most of my equipment is very much standard issue. Standard issue baton, standard issue stun pistol. Well, if you wish to just return to your own duties, you can also just give me the revolver now. I will be reloading it so that it is ready for use in case something does happen.
Of course.
Feel free
Thank you
to
for allowing me to train myself.
Of course. At the end of the day, if nothing else is happening at the time that is more pressing, personal training is always one of those things to spend the time. If you ever feel you need training on different types of weapons, possible melee combat, feel free to come to any of the, well, most of the security team. I believe Tashir is sadly not available for personal sparring.
Of course. I may possibly work on a hand-to-hand melee weapon in the future. And I have some blueprints already ready.
I see. Well, remember, the blueprints do have to be okayed by, I assume, Officer Mercer. Since at the end of the day, we only have so many resources to work with.
I believe he wouldn't take too much resources. He doesn't have anything fancy other than a blade.
Ah, I see.
It's to be able to also protect people who need protection. It was kind of my job before this contract. Even though I was known to be a mercenary, I would in no doubt take any protection job if anyone needed protection.
I see. That's understandable and respectable. As someone whose whole job is to keep people safe.
Of course.
Well, have a good rest of your day, Chatty.
Thank you to you as well, Mr. Venturo.
Mm-hmm. imagine a space, as these are supposed to be open in character. Can only enjoy the view so much, knowing what's happening out there. But I still prefer this view. Yeah.
He clearly knows some about cybernetics.
You know, you probably shouldn't assume that about people, because I know a lot of people that just buy them because they look nice. But this one, you're right.
Really?
Oh. Yeah.
You did make it.
Yeah.
This is definitely the right man for the job.
Yeah, if you want to believe that, MU. If you want to.
I can't get one compliment. That's like the best thing
I like
I've
your hair.
heard so far. I'm this close. You want the battery or no? You respect the waves, okay? Alright, I'm gonna start looking stuff up. How big is the battery?
I mean, it kind of fits in the upper. No, the battery's in the lower compartment.
Leave a battery in the science room, and I will start seeing what I can do.
I see.
Unless you don't have any spare batteries.
I don't.
Take a picture of the bat.
That's interesting.
Yes.
When do you not use your arm?
That's an arm.
Archer?
What's up?
Just checking in.
So, the guy from Oracle is staying with us, supposedly?
from
Who?
what I heard. Someone from Oracle docked and boarded our ship.
Oh.
I saw them just walk in and talk to Gunch, and apparently they're staying with us for a while.
Hmm. I see.
I need to know what these people who are still docked to us are going to do. If they dropped off a guy, they need to leave so that I can close the airlock.
Oh yeah, were you around when
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
were told that if you need to talk to DM, you can just hop into their channels in Discord?
I'll do that. Okay, well, it looks like they have at least stop being docked to us, so that's good. Still in the area though.
I see.
Captain told me to be ready just in case we needed to do anything. So,
Uh,
I mean, I suppose I could just sprint back here if I'm needed.
I will stay close at this moment.
Kind of want to meet the new person.
Which one? The new science team member or this one that just came in?
This Oracle person that just came.
Right, I did see them go to the medical. That's close enough. I think it's fine if you go there.
Okay.
If you want, I can stick around here until, just in case.
Sure. Honestly, I probably should be here, but let's see what's going on.
Medical is close enough. It's literally.
Did you say something? The name is Ace, apparently. Someone else from Oracle. Argyle says he's trustworthy.
Bane?
Awaiting something?
Until Archer comes back. Just in case.
What is this?
The data pad.
Okay. Yes, I know. You want me to show you?
Do you mind if I ask what happened after I suddenly went unconscious?
How much do you understand right now? Like, you understand you can...
Apparently, the tablet, by itself, harmless. It had something psionic attached to it. Anyone who looks at it for a prolonged period of time falls asleep.
Whenever you see...
At least according to the captain.
You know what a brain is,
Once again, I misread the situation.
Essentially.
I noticed that its movement stopped
in
every
the
time.
meantime-
I noticed that every time I would focus on it after noticing any movement, it would stop. I assumed that keeping a focused gaze on it would stop its movement. Turns out that was the complete opposite.
Well, such as the case may be, been locked away for now.
That's question
Mm.
because you can use it for all kinds of things.
At least that sort of effect is easy to, avoid, since it's a single, as long as it's just kept out of view.
Okay. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So you press the big blue E with the ring around it. That's Internet Explorer.
What?
Then
I don't
you get
like
taken to
that
the
we
screen.
have
You have the search bar right there.
Oracle at our
Type in whatever you
doorstep
wanna search
the
for.
same day that we have something psionic
The go
attached to something in our ship.
That is a bit of a worrisome correlation, but I'm quite certain that they are not looking to cause issues if Argyle list is fine with them.
Send that to medical.
We can hope.
So it's like all organized and everything. I know it's a scan for.
I had a talk about their past yesterday.
Another database.
I have a bit more trust in them. They're a man who, when told that their mission is complete and that they don't need to stick around, stuck around to save a bunch of people that were basically under slavery.
Sure, why are you missing an arm?
That's good. Better than I hoped.
With their specialty being what it is and being Oracle, I was slightly worried that they might be a bit extra. What's the word? Callous? But it seems that they do have the understanding of people.
Well, I've met a lot of Oracle agents. I think our experience lines up in that regard.
Have you considered getting a longer cable?
It is the sad fact of corporations. They very much look at things in numbers, not on who they are. Well, not just corporations. UPA does have the same issue. Commander Narsek has the same issue. I will know.
There's a reason I stay independent.
It's understandable. But staying independent, there's only so big you can grow, so big your reach can get.
I don't need a big reach. I need as much reach as it takes to do my job.
Well,
Fair enough. I'm just happy I have a place where I'm able to extend my reach. Mercer? I guess he was just checking the situation.
It does act like another appendage, but I can't move it.
How much do you know about my profession? How much do you really know?
Mercenary, bunker buster. Not much, sadly.
I'm a bounty hunter, not a mercenary.
Right. For your
This is
average
why I
person,
asked.
there is no difference, sadly. Just like...
And this is why I say,
knowing that you have to.
there is a difference. Mercenaries work for the highest bidder. Bounty hunters select a target. On the surface, it appears the same. But one of us has a code of ethics that we strive by. And it's not the one working for money.
You're not gonna be able to catch yourself if you start falling.
One could say that you're just getting the extra
This is
money
good.
for taking care of
I'm
people you
retiring
would
early
have
for the night.
more than happy to take care of.
Can you put my arm back on, please?
I'm not a good person, Delon, but I'm doing what's right.
Nobody who picks up a gun and decides to make their living with it is a good person.
The money is just what keeps me doing what I am already doing.
Yeah?
Hmm.
There's a lot of films about a lot of things.
Just like how the fact that I use my prowess to protect It's only just me paying for the lives I have taken.
Television series. I'm gonna have to teach you what that is later. Second off, it's a comedy. It's not.
I know a story similar to yours, but it's not one I can share. Not yet. But suffice to say, I do what I do
Big Bang
not
Theory.
because of the money, but because it makes the world better for those who are less capable.
They force a laugh track every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's good.
When there's like
That's the difference between a merc and a bounty hunter.
You wouldn't like it.
The ship really is filled with quite a unique mix. And the more I
No
have
stranger
learned,
bad.
the more I learned, the more I realized that there is some level of pattern there.
All of society's misfits and outcasts, all together.
Sent by
What a
the
wonderfully
coalition of
poetic
races, wishing to extend its reach to more races.
Event called the Big Bang.
The boldest diplomatic move ever assembled, I'd wager.
Well, you do not learn if you do not experiment, even if it's weird to say that the experiment is a crew of people. Maybe.
Still can't shake the feeling that there's more to it.
If we succeed in our mission, we do the best they want. Anything else that they might have planned is hopefully just extra.
names can be anything.
Think about it though. A society of misfits and
Chatty and
outcasts
not very chatty.
in one of the most rickety, trashy ships they could muster for being top of the line.
Throw you under the bus a little bit to make a point. You are pretty chatty.
The irony of it.
Who knows, maybe the ship's creation was also part of this. Maybe they gathered the misfits and as the crew was for the creation, and we are just finding out the issues those misfits made, and any reports we send is just part of that.
That's an interesting perspective on it.
Then our UPA records have been cleaned. Anything that might be seen as a misdeed in our past is gone. Not because they do not deserve to be there, but because any dirt in our past, the UPA wants us to share on our own.
Interesting.
I don't know.
That is the area based on the information I have, but that part is my thought. I do not know if they're gonna, once we return, tell everyone about everything and see how much was told, or if they're just going to return the public files into their normal state as we leave the ship.
As far as anyone knows, I was clean before I got here.
I don't know, if you randomly click on links, you're gonna start being
Take it as a chance to freely come clean or to have a clean slate.
doing what I told you not to not do.
I do not hide the dirt that was removed.
Good luck with that.
I believe myself that I deserve all of it. I'm not certain if you have been around when I have told the story, though I only told it
I don't
in
know
front.
that I have.
I only told it yesterday and before in front of the captain.
This will be
Did you learn anything interesting, Archer?
I learned that Dr. Tally doesn't know what TV shows are.
I wish I could say I'm
Talking about
surprised.
The ship?
No, I'm talking about this Ace fellow. I thought that was what you were looking at.
I never saw them. I got distracted.
Well,
I know they're friends with
Very informative.
What's his name? The only other person on the ship who works for Oracle.
we have two, Archer.
Okay, the only other person then.
Officer Cross.
Yeah, that's it.
Argyle.
They're friends with Argyle.
Of what?
That's the closest
The life of what?
I can see being a good vouch, I guess.
I think I can trust that guy. So I'll accept that vouch.
I put my trust into everyone here until they give me a reason to break it.
I've never trusted easily in my line of work.
Yeah, that is the difference, isn't it? You are more used to being in a place where trust needs to be earned, while I'm from a military where I have to just trust just because I've been told.
The crew I used to run with was one where everyone trusted each other almost unconditionally. I went solo because after we disbanded, it was too difficult to find another crew who shared such values.
I understand. Do you wish me to tell the
And
story?
when you work in a line,
Go ahead.
you work in a line where the target can be on your back just as much as anyone else's. Bad form to give away your weaknesses.
Personally, I worked in the UPA fleet ran by the now slightly infamous in the ship, Captain Narsak. Not direct command, but I was in one of the fleets. One of the only ships manned by humans, really, in his whole fleet. We were the ground forces sent into situations first. Even before the orbital bombardment and the artillery fire had stopped, we would be pushing in. During one large-scale operation.
I can understand why that might drive someone to devote the rest of their life to protection, given everything I've heard.
The suit.
I was a squad lead. My duty was to do the missions we were given, and to make sure that most of my team will get back alive.
I did it.
Need a battery or is that?
The thing was, during one of the outings, the mission seemed like a suicide mission. To attack an enemy artillery position, pushing past multiple entrenchment positions.
I'll go put it in now.
For the first time in large amount of time, I went against orders and I took a different path. A slower but safer. The issue was, other squads were handling those entrenchments. We would have had a direct line. And due to taking a slower path, the artillery we were supposed to take out was not taken out on time.
So everything went to shit.
Simply said, yes. At the end of the day, I was dishonorably discharged from the fleet and from the military. And that is the dirt that's been removed from my file.
the end of the day, you made a mistake that anyone else would have made.
Yes, but a mistake of going against direct orders in a military situation. You have to
Because
trust
I
the
have never
people
liked
with
the military.
Sadly, in a military, you have to trust the people looking at the bigger picture to be able to plan properly. That you are not just sent on a suicide mission, but it is a part of a bigger whole. While I personally still think the communication would have been better, I still made a mistake. It was all on me.
What I found is that wars are not won based on the visions of generals. They're won based on the men and women on the ground, with eyes on the situation, making their own decisions. So what if the decision wasn't optimal? It was the right one for the information you had.
Does not change the fact that
I don't see a
lots of
nuance
blood
here.
on my hands. Point is, I have learned my lessons with that. And here, I will be protecting everyone on the crew. As much as I can.
In my line of work, there's a very simple principle. Never make the same mistake twice. I don't care if you made a mistake once. You learned from it. That's all I need.
That is a mentality I can agree with.
You make the same mistake twice. You don't live long enough to make it a third time.
So,
By that logic, I dead by my next mistake with explosives.
Sorry, you'll have to say again.
Huh?
they had a
I said you were calm. I
communication.
didn't quite catch what you said.
Oh, by the logic that you stated, I'd be dead by my next mishap with explosives.
That's not a mistake. That's hazards of the job. When I say a mistake, that's not what I mean.
The decision on purpose to skip a step or do something that you were told not to. Am I to understand?
More or less.
No, I'm just confused. What was the conversation?
I told... you remember the story I told yesterday about my past?
Oh, yeah.
I have told that story now to Vane here. As they think I made a mistake in the past, not following orders, causing deaths. But they do not put it against me, as long as I do not do it again. And I don't plan to.
Even if you did it again, it'd be a different circumstance. Clearly. My point is, everyone makes mistakes.
Those who don't
important
learn
part
don't stick
is
around.
Being able the important part is being able to learn and adapt. I'm very, very careful not to make mistakes, but they still happen. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Something on your mind, Tashir? Did not realize how hard it is to hear from here people just that far apart.
This bridge dampens sound more than you'd expect. Not an admirable quality for something that needs clear communication.
Which is actually really weird because it dampens sound in here, however, it could hear you pretty clearly from the hallway.
Oh yes, no, we could hear. Well, I would every once in a while have a moment of like, what is the conversation happening there? Which apparently it was back argument with Archer about TV shows.
But that's going too much into detail, by the way. I'll give you two facts to think on. The first is that part of the bounty hunter creed is no innocents, no civilians. The second is that I have a tendency to go after entire ships. I try very hard to do my research. There are limits to what any person can do.
It is why, as much as I enjoy the vastness of space, the views, the fact that how far we move so simply, it is also maybe the most scariest part. Especially when you're ground troops and you literally have no ability to stop anything that happens there. Just have to trust the rest of the fleet. But sadly, this is no fleet. This is a singular ship.
And yet, many talented individuals.
This is Commander Gunch. Assuming there's nothing pressing at hand, I'm going to be turning in for the night.
I turned around for a second in the training room and he's gone.
I've never seen Stuart before.
That's a small training.
Nope.
With the whole talk that came up with Mercer earlier today, I feel we might need to tell the officers to possibly start assigning seconds in command so that we do have someone when they're not around.
Might be
Or
relevant.
also a third in command in case the second isn't around, given that Natalia isn't around all too often.
I'm never going to get my
She
hopes
is,
up.
but it's kind of hard to find her.
You have, and this is not to be a insult to you,
Okay, great. Fantastic.
but your personality towards leadership very much, yes, is going to dampen your chances.
I come from a very different culture of leadership. Like I said, the old crew that I ran with, everyone trusted each other unconditionally. Leadership was barely a thing there.
Yeah, I'd love to.
We technically had a captain.
Trying to get
The captain changed practically every month. Except for Captain Nimue. She lasted for quite a long time. This isn't, by the way, because of bloodshed. We held elections.
Well,
he just kept getting re-elected.
Sadly, I do not believe UPA would follow those kind of standards. And even if they were given a choice, I do not believe Captain will take that sort of chance.
Oh, of course not. I come from a culture where the expectation is that everyone on board is doing their job.
I'm
There's
believing
very
that.
little need for leadership when everyone's already doing everything they need to do.
I follow that, but because of our mixed comings and goings, we do need a leadership to be able to say this is how we do things. As you have very much had to
The
endure.
unfortunate reality. And I take no offense. I know that most of the leadership isn't exactly fond of me.
For the most part, it's more your insistence on keeping a hull breaker weapon inside the ship when moving.
I already tried to contact him on the comms. He said
I
he's
still
busy.
insist I'd rather have it on my person where I can keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't misfire. Not that it ever would. Rather than keep it somewhere where it's unattended.
And see, that part, we ask that you trust us as security to be able to do our job with it.
And that's why I eventually acquiesce. But like I said, just as hard to come by. That, and, well, the reason it doesn't misfire now was because of the one time it did. And that was the one time it was out of my gaze.
I can understand why that will make one very, very protective of it.
Also why I changed the entire configuration. It physically can't misfire.
Curious.
Requires 3 separate individual safety overrides to engage the high power setting and a very specific sequence of actions to actually initiate the firing sequence.
Yeah,
And
made certain that
even
if
if
you're
all of
going
that
to fire,
were
you
to
mean it.
Exactly. Even if it were to start misfiring in such a way, I can drop the power core, immediately discharging the weapon. I made sure it was safe. Of course, nobody gave me the time of day to learn that information before asking me to stow it away.
Lots of the people here are civilians of some sort. The weapon is a bit intimidating. Even if all that information was on the table, it will not stop the intimidating factor. A technique that the technique that I would more than be happy to employ myself. Eventually.
This armor is designed in the way it is, specifically to intimidate. I win many of my battles without firing a shot.
That is my plan, based on my experiences in the fleet. If I walk in there in heavy military armor, carrying large-scale ornaments, it's going to slow down any offensive towards us. What is the point of attacking us? What is the point of attacking a small group of people when they have weaponry that can wipe out dozens of people in an instant?
And you see my point exactly.
Everyone would feel the ship just going to jump.
Forget to press the button.
One of my favorite jobs I ever worked was one where I took out an entire crew just by sending them a message telling them that I was going after them. They surrendered to UPA the next day. Although that was a sector of space where I was slightly more well known. I figured the captain would rather their lives in jail than in space. A wise decision.
A quick change in talk though. Is Burke upgrading the... I believe they were talking about batteries.
Yeah. He's the one that is making the new batteries for my arm, and MU is dismantling and putting it back together.
I'm surprised how quick that got fixed then. Seems you got lucky today.
Well, I don't have my expectations very high for this battery or his work. I'm seeing if it's gonna work even, and then, be very cautious of it in the next few days, just in case, it starts to pillow and then explode on me.
Would you like the second opinion?
The forbidden juice box.
The forbidden juice box. I'm gonna see if what he did actually works or not, and if it starts to pillow and like malfunction, I'll turn to someone else to make the battery. If that's what
I'll be more than happy to help.
Yeah. Because the way he was acting,
Speaking of...
Doral. Speak of the devil.
You're talking about me? Oh, there's me now.
Yeah.
I guess I'm fucking crazy.
Arm. Here, I'll help you put it on. Yeah.
Okay. I could just put it on.
Alright, is there like a button that turns it on the outside?
Does it have a full battery level in it? Right.
What'd you say?
It has a full battery level, right?
I would say it has like half battery. If it was full when you gave it to me.
It was
And you
dead
turned the
when I
arm
gave
on?
it to you.
Oh, if it was dead when you gave it to me, then yes, it'd be half, yes.
Okay.
And everything should be fine with it. So, I think I'll work on the other batteries tomorrow. That's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. You guys were talking about me? Do I need to,
You were a bit too efficient today, Berg. If you had been a few minutes later, I might have been able to possibly make a bet with Officer Tashir here about the end result.
I've been very lucky today. I don't know why. I don't know what to say. Hey, as long as you're happy.
As long as the luck doesn't run its course.
Right. Okay.
And just so you know, to avoid you possibly having some negative connotations of either of us, I'm not going to tell if I had won or lost with this end result. But also Tashir obviously
I mean,
did
bet
not even
on
know.
whatever you want. I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of... yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Bet on me if you want. I don't care.
Listen, they send you here to work. I assume they at least believe you can do the work.
That would suck if they sent me here and then I was just completely useless. So, yeah.
We'll give them a bad showing with the UPA.
I don't know bureaucracy, so I don't really care what it looks like.
Listen,
As long
asking
as I'm
for
not
a
dead.
favor to, hey, hold this thing for us, and then that thing being complete, issue all the time, will look bad on any situation.
Yeah.
Like it's me telling you, hold on to this radio, and the radio will just turn on every few hours for no reason. You will kind of be pissed at me for giving you that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna turn in for the night, so I'll
Alright.
see you guys later.
Thank you for your work.
I might do the same soon. Someday I may regale you with all the dirty details.
Might be something to do in front of drinks in the bar area some night. I don't use that area enough.
Have a good
Have
night.
a good night, Vane. Ah, Matti is awake.
That must be the steward I've been hearing about.
Oh yes, this is them.
Are you,
No wonder Archer asked me to build a mech and put Stewart in it and thought it would be funny.
Huh? Never, sorry.
I see.
Okay.
It's mostly from my previous work. In mine. Before all my mercenary jobs I would take, I was building weapons, armor, mechs.
I see.
Anything I can get a contract on, I would build. My most known client was Centurion. They really liked the help I would provide.
Must have gotten to fix quite the high-end gear in that situation.
Yeah. They call me the Professor. I still do not understand to this day why they called me the Professor. Never understood. But I welcomed the nickname.
Yep. Tashir?
I stood up, twisted to crack my back, and okay. Look at though. I haven't moved in a while. I haven't twisted.
Speaking of in a while, since Chef has not been around, have you eaten today, Tashir? Because, I won't lie, I just remembered I haven't eaten. I only took a coffee during morning. So how about we go get some cubes?
I don't remember the last time I ate, so yeah, that's probably a good idea.
It's preferable for you two to indeed eat something. It is important.
You're making it sound like you do not require sustenance to function, Chatty.
I do not. I only do it to be part of the mass, as one would say.
You're missing out.
I know I do. I used to be mostly organic.
Ah, I see.
So
I'm lucky thus far. This is the only thing I have lost of my real original self.
I would say I am envious.
at least know where he keeps the like plant nutrition things for Colossus.
Double checking if anyone was around.
A water bottle.
Hmm?
Did you get a water bottle?
Right.
I have the thick for Stuart.
Oh, right. Your usual hand is there.
No need to be so formal.
Okay, just set it on the table over there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who I should salute and who I should not.
Nope, nope, that's the wrong thing.
So
that's not what I wanted.
I'm sorry if we talked yesterday and I don't remember you.
Always leave quite an impression on people because I'm the only one who is always in an armor and you can only see your face. Some people are
Has the paladin
slightly distrust of me because of this, but
you can just
I
kind
do
of
not mind it. How are you today?
Alright, I nearly
Oh, the way that these
I don't remember anybody. I didn't remember the
normally
captain, and I hope I didn't offend him by
put this part in your mouth to drink
anything.
it. So the water comes out of here. So if you want to use it,
Yes,
you could kind of tip it this way into your roots.
the-
That's how I seen Colossus do it.
Valora, she said her name was, gave me
And
an
then with
exam, and
gravity,
she gave me
If you tip it
medication
upside
for
down,
my bullet wounds.
it drains out the water faster.
That's good to hear.
Have any of you seen the captain by any chance?
They have already,
Here you go.
What?
It should drip
Wait.
down over time
Oh,
so
wait.
you can get your water.
No, I'm thinking of Sid for some reason. Sorry. I have not seen them for a bit. I saw them walking past the bridge at one point, but not after that.
Alright.
Tashir.
Should keep looking for him then.
I am I'm off out of air today.
Right. Logging in the. So one set of food from Palace's stock for Steward and food cubes for the two of us since we didn't eat during the morning.
You can only eat once a day.
No, but a single. Why can't I remember what they're called?
Nutrient block.
Yes.
Single nutrient block can kind of last us all day, like give us enough energy all day.
I see. I don't know if we met yesterday, but I am Timothy. You may call me Mothy if you'd like.
They are my roommate.
Oh! We're roommates.
Yeah. From what I heard, from something I may have understood, I've heard noises while I was recharging. You may have noticed me as being the ball at the corner.
Right. Huh.
Chatty's your roommate. I'm Tashir, part of security. I set you your room. I gave, I talked to the captain and got you your room assignment. Put you at the end of the night.
Thank you. I appreciate you refreshing me.
I can get it. Short-term memory is difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
No cheating.
Right. Am I allowed to access
I believe so. The system will log anything you take off and...
Yeah, the system auto logs everything, especially in the kitchen nowadays. I'm pretty sure that was updated. I don't know. Or if not, there's a paper somewhere to take it off. But I don't touch the microwave bay.
Okay. That's what you call it here.
That is what the chef calls it.
Alright.
Well, technically, chef calls it the great appliance, but also that calls it the microwave. Yeah.
Understood.
He'll get angry if you touch it and break it. So.
Does it always do that on its own?
I wonder if it's because of whatever Mew was doing during the morning. They were handling chef's duties on a whim, I believe. There was apparently a moment where they panicked slightly after doing something, so I don't know if they accidentally did anything.
May I sit with you?
Yeah, let's just go in the make room.
Thank you.
I know there's stools over there, but the bench is more comfy.
Is it?
At least in my opinion.
Even lost the feeling of actually feeling confidence. Intriguing.
It is a big difference between being on a military ship and being on this sort of ship. Things are more comfortable.
Have you eaten? I just ate. Good. You're a new thing that walked into the room. There they go.
How does it feel to know that we are finally leaving the combat zone?
Alright, I guess. I remember my assignment, but I don't remember much in between. So, it's gonna be a change. I haven't been out of combat in 7 months. I think. So, yeah, there's that. But I guess I'm here. I'm here now, so I'll figure it out.
If I can give a personal way of doing it, find a singular habit that you do when you're outside of combat. Make it something you do every day, and then when things start, well, happening again, drop it until you feel comfortable again. For me, it's coffee. I drink a singular cup of coffee during the morning when I'm, well, when it's fine. caffeine has a bit of a dampening effect on me compared to usual humans. So it is a personal reminder for me, for my whole body, that I don't need to be completely on edge.
Did you used to serve?
Yes, I'm an ex-military. I was part of a fleet.
I see.
Ground forces
Was it all
specifically.
your missions you were talking about back at the bridge?
We were ground forces, so if there was any sort of fighting happening planet side, we will be the first ones to be sent in to establish positions or attack key points.
Understood.
Of course, there were multiple ships of people like us, but our ship was... I was on the one ship with humans.
Was it not too hard to fit with the other races, knowing you were the only ship in the fleet with humans? I've heard a lot about something called racism.
For the most part, the ships were not in complete direct contact, and while obviously on land, it could be a bit of a issue at times, but for the most part, people were being professional. You are in a serious situation, there was usually no time. Oh, good morning. I guess evening at this point.
Do I have to salute the chef on this vessel?
I mean, if you wanna. I don't think it's necessary.
Hello, chef.
Hey, Stuart, dap me up.
I need to take a moment to be ready.
Yeah! Oh, wait, I don't have an hand. Damn it.
Yes, where
I
is
can't
your...
clap. On the table.
Sorry, it's how stupid of me.
It's fine.
Good to have you aboard. Morning. Or evening.
Seems the higher ups decided that it was too risky to just leave them with what the situation was planet side, so
My apologies for my absence.
You feel
Are you alright?
A little worse for wear, I'll be fine.
I heard the night shift can be a bit rowdy when it comes to their time to eat, but I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yes, well, you lose out on a bit of sleep when you have to cook for 2 shifts. There is no night shift chef, so...
I'm sorry to hear that. You should get some rest when you can. You are very important. Don't forget that.
It's been a few days. What have I missed?
Well, we left the planet's surface about a few hours ago, and have left and have jumped, made a hyperdrive jump, I believe.
I believe I felt.
That's what it felt like.
Yes, we have jumped.
Instead of that,
It's nice to meet you, sir, Chef.
And you.
Yeah, the Great Pine said that earlier. I didn't want to have anyone touch
Who touched
it. You said MU was taking care of Chef's job this morning, right?
Yes.
So, and you would technically be the last person to touch it?
Oh, well, they're fully trained. That's fine.
That was during the morning, though. I figure someone would have noticed if the
yeah,
beeping
so
has been
as far as we
happening
know, it was
since
MU.
then.
You'll notice the hinges. Wait, it looks like somebody slammed it.
My music has been at 0.5 speed this whole time. Like 1.5.
WD-40. Okay.
Oh?
What?
Right, they are an engineer. They can help you, I assume.
Where do you want it?
So I did do something. They had a moment of, Mew had a moment of panic as they apparently had slammed it and immediately had a realization that they shouldn't have. A few crew members were saying like that they saw nothing, but, well, no promises were made. And a few people did say immediately that Chef would notice.
He notices everything.
You will know.
Isn't better?
You're welcome.
Well then, yes, hello, I am Colin Pike, the chef aboard this vessel.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
It is
I
very
don't-
nice to meet you.
I don't think I ever heard your full name. Funnily enough.
Nobody ever asked.
You kind of introduce yourself as Chef. I think people just assumed.
Do you know the captain's name?
I know he said it, I just do not remember it off the top of my head.
It's the
I
same
forgot
thing.
how to
You
pronounce it.
You call him captain, you call me chef. It's... Well, I mean, obviously my friends I don't mind. My close friends call me fish, on account of... I think I need to go to medical. I slammed my hand quite
Oh dear.
hard on the table.
Yeah.
Which way?
Oh, I left an ice pack there. I can go with you. I remember how to get there. I actually remember that. Miss Valora gave me an ice pack for my head. And I left it there.
Yep.
You'll need to pull that out of there.
Oh, yes, chef, yes, sir. Where should this go?
Oh, right.
General waste is this one. Recycling is this one. Crockery is this one.
Understood, chef, thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for all of your help and kindness.
I'll return.
It's weird.
I believe Chef wanted to show me films. I should ask him about it.
I guess even the lack of sleep hits even him.
Yeah.
Sadly, in combat situations, and when you don't know when the OK comes, you don't really get much sleep. You just lay there with your eyes closed until the OK is yelled, and then you have to be immediately going. It's less sleep and more just existing.
Well, if anything happens, I guess it's a good thing I do not require sleep.
I
It's
assume
only good size to have a power core instead of a heart.
I assume you do have to every once in a while. Well, the closest thing to sleep to get everything in order. Unless you're saying that you have. Okay. I assume you're
The closest things you could consider me sleeping is if you go to room number 8 and you find a sphere on the ground. This is me.
I see. That's good to
I
know
can
if
morph
something
into a
happens.
ball. Of course. If something happens and an engineer is needed and there's no engineer, just come to room number 8. I may be there recharging.
Understood. Wonder how many people are in awake at this point. I assume most have.
Not many.
I assume since we are in hyperjump, most people have possibly passed out due to the, well, feeling of extra safety.
I know, I'm thinking of passing out soon. My voice is going. I've been talking a lot today.
Thank you for your work today, Tashir.
What work?
Excuse me.
Being yelled at?
Still part of the job, sadly.
It is indeed.
Some people literally spent their whole work days being yelled at by people.
Get a full understanding of what was being talked about before I came into the room.
It was just a situation, and the damage. Mercer was apparently, as far as he knew, a table had been broken. But the captain did not want. Yes, the captain did not want to continue the conversation until you were around to actually explain what happened.
So it's just me being blamed for something I didn't do. Great.
It seems Mercer did not like the idea of you using the engineering bay for ammunition making.
The fuck am I supposed to make it then?
In the security room. At our table.
Yes. And then supposedly risk blowing up all of our fucking weapons, which would have a bigger explosion. Because all of the explosive ammo is kept in there as well. When there are actually, like, you know, safety precautions set up in engineering bay in case there is something that is caught on fire or exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And none in the safety, or none in the security room. I have calculated this. I have done the necessary math in my brain to warrant where I make make my explosions or my explosives. I only do it in rooms that have set safety precautions.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was under the watchful eye of 2 people of engineering.
2?
One of them.
It wasn't just Vane?
It was Vane and Chatty. Right? You were standing there.
Yeah.
I don't believe that came up unless you mentioned it afterwards. Interesting.
Vane was direct helping me, so I only ever really mentioned Vane. Because it's Vane's ammunition, they wanted to know the process of how it was made and all that stuff. Howdy. Your hand okay?
Just some swelling. Got an ice pack.
That's good.
Yeah. Any damages done to the table from my explosion was just soot marks and things being knocked off. It was essentially kind of just a firecracker worth of explosives. I was making a door breacher prototype anyways. It wasn't meant to have much force behind it. And there's a workbench.
Oh, the workbench.
Yeah. And the toolbox got a dent from it being landing on the floor.
I might need to bring it up with... I might need to mention it to Commander Kanch that I wish him to defend us more in these situations where it is the other heads saying that we have done any failures.
I talked to Gunch. I gave him the full story. He still agrees.
I see.
My seems to need a recharge. My left arm just gave up. Knowledge, not difficult.
You have a good night, Chatty.
Yeah. Sounds like it's the time for you to go.
As you're free.
Oh, they really are a ball.
Yeah. I'm gonna question it.
Wait, did something happen? Are you in trouble?
Vane asked me to help make restock of their explosive ammo and some prototypes of new ammo, since I'm the explosives expert on board. So.
Good night, Officer Cross.
Hi, Nardile. So with my knowledge, their shells, we were done the engineering. I want to comprehend. Okay. So, miscalculation of explosive material. I put too much, and the walls of the shell were a bit too thin, so it kind of corroded and set off anyways. So, yeah.
Well,
I'm not used to bullet-sized explosives.
I mean, you live and learn, right? We can't be that mad, surely. Plus, your tools aren't exactly state of the art, are they?
It wasn't even my worst explosive I've accidentally set off.
I mean, the ship's held together by hopes and dreams. They want people working with things as volatile as explosives, then accidents are gonna happen.
More accidents would happen if I made them in security, because that's where all of our ammo is. That's where a lot of things are set off by heat.
Mercer might just be on edge from the whole being on the... If this keeps up, well, we'll just call him out on it. We called out the captain on his actions, we'll call out Mercer on his if we need to. As simple as that.
You say it's simple. It's not.
It's not.
He doesn't trust me in my work. Gunch backs him up. I even asked Gunch what my purpose or job would be if it wasn't explosives. He couldn't really give me a straight answer.
Look, we're still quite a new crew. I'm sure given time they will learn to trust you, as we have. There are still people that I'd hesitate to trust. I'm sure you are the same.
It's why I took the time to have that talk with Vane. I understand them more now. I trust them more now. Not enough to give them their weapon, even if they ask, but I understand where they're coming from more.
I've even decided to forgive Sid based on MU's recommendation.
The two of them are trying.
Yes, and I shall try also. What I'm trying to say is, we've got your back. And once they get to know you, they will too. Just takes time, I guess. I mean, we've been in near-death situations every other day since we became a crew, right? At least, well, maybe not myself. You guys certainly have. I got shot the other day.
I have yet to have near death. I can see where you're coming from. Honestly, it's kind of really lucky how I haven't gotten too seriously injured by all events that were happening. It was mostly my cybernetics.
Yes, your body is still reacting to try to avoid damage. And part of you just...
Oh, is that meant?
There's only so much you can avoid with, like, gunshots.
Is it just me, or has this just started sparking? Is that just my brain?
Do not go start touching the broken part. Why would it be broken? So?
How is it supposed to be sparking?
That doesn't seem good.
I was, like, not broken a few seconds ago.
I'll put in a report to engineering. The night shift can handle it.
Or we can grab some tools and do it ourselves.
The last thing we want is to give Mercer
like
a
an
reason
adventure.
to be annoyed. Tashir needs to get some rest without her voice. You need to rest your hand. And I need to rest too.
Well,
And I
you're
need
a
to
lot
plug in
smarter
my
than...
That too.
my legs. So.
Oh, right. I can actually see it's turned off at this point, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you're a lot smarter than I am, so I trust you.
Yeah. I'll put in a report. The night shift, when they're awake, start actually properly moving, they'll see it and they'll check it out first thing. I hope.
Cool. Is this the end of our fellowship then?
Anyways, for today.
Go
For
our
the night.
separate ways.
We'll hopefully see you in the morning. Alright, Chef?
Okay.
Good night, Tashir. Good night, Colin. Hmm?
See you later.
Oh.
Good night.
Did they just headbutt you?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but it's not the first time. Okay.
I don't know, maybe it's like a greeting on their planet. Catch you later.
No idea. Frickin'. Someone's gonna